使われたことあります。下降りたら会話できるんですよ。ちょっとテスト。もちろん。
Real-time communication. Now, it's conversational. Voice. You heard about 11 times? Yeah. Okay. So it doesn't very much seems your part of that. So we are in real-time technology to do transmission. So what you
Yeah, thank you. I didn't want to say anything. That was 1 minute.
How are you? 14. 11.
10 to go second.
same. It's different. Yeah, this is more like well-lit a lot of naturals.
Yes. Are you from there? Sahini. Ngon hổ, ngon hổ. Chào em, chào em. How about this one? Chính châu lỗ lợn hả?
This PC's mic is on, so could you yes PC this one. Oh.
皆さんこんばんは。アゴナと B キューブ共催のイベント Convo AI World Japan、ようこそ。私の名前チェインと申します。よろしくお願いします。はじめに簡単に会場のご案内です。このエリアは座席エリアと、立ち見エリアがあります。どうぞ自由にお座りいただくか立ってご覧ください。もし席がいっぱい時は、スタッフに、お尋ねください。このエリア外には、ミーティングのスペースとケータリングのエリアがありますので、ぜひお話やお食事もお楽しみください。Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Convo AI World Japan, hosted by Agora and VCube. Before we begin, a quick note about the venue. We have both sitting area and standing areas. Please feel free to sit and stand anywhere you like. If all seats are taken, please ask our staff for help. Outside the main area, there's a meeting space and catering area with food and drinks. Please enjoy them anytime. And then we're also providing real-time translation at the moment. As you can see, these are powered by Agora's technologies. We will do real-time translation from Japanese to English and English to Japanese. Tonight, 今日は、会話 AI アバター IoT の新しい世界へ、トークはデモを楽しみく体験しましょう。Tonight we'll enjoy short talks, live demos, and networking, or about conversational AI, avatars, and IoT. それでは初めにアクラの共同創業者、最高収益責任者トニー・ワンさんをお迎えします。トニーさんはライブ配信の時代、から AI の時代まで、成功を続けてきてリーダーです。今日は、その経験を聞きながらみんなでなんかちょっとお金を稼ぐヒントを学びましょう。To begin, please welcome Tony Wang, co-founder and chief revenue officer of Agora. Tony has been part of both the live streaming revolution and now the AI era. We're excited to hear your stories of success and maybe learn how to make some more money together. どうぞ。
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, be here. I'm very honored to be here. Actually, I'm very excited to be able to talk with friends and future partners over here. Beginning of last year, I feel I'm almost ready to retire. Went to IPO for 5 years and being the Agora 10, 11 years. And then the revolution happened. And this time is much bigger, right? So today I'm very excited to over here to share something with flavor of Japan. How does all those things have anything to do with Japan, right? And what is the next couple years gonna look like for us? So before we start here, this is my title, Scaling Minds from Algorithm to Global Market Resonance. This is what I believe that is very relevant to Japan. Something about me, Tony Wang, about our company, NASDAQ stock symbol API. Our SDK is inside about 3 billion mobile devices globally, and we carry about 8 billion minutes, real-time minutes per month. If Agora is a telecom, it will make us the second largest in the world. The first one would be obviously China Telecom. So here we start on the city over here, so we can see my carefully picked images. The new shape of AI leadership, the global AI race. We are in a race, all the country is trying to catch up with the third industry revolution and find its new position inside the next generation of new world order. But it's not about skill, it's not about money, it's about soul. US drives speed and disruption. That's, OpenAI, XAI, and everything, right? China drives skill and deployment. They work much harder, much more larger population. But I would call Japan can drive balance, trust, precision, and empathy. When you're thinking about Japan, what comes to your mind? I mean, in my mind, I grew up watch Astro Boy. Since I was 5 years, in my first TV, that is Hitachi or something like that, the brand, but the Japanese TV, my dad bring back from Japan. It's black and white. Every night, Once a week, not every night, once a week, I would sit in front of my TV waiting for Astro Boy to start. I have the book and I still can remember the sound. I still remember all the character inside the Astro Boy. You know, the doctor who invented the Astro Boy, right? And his sister, the bad people, everything. It's in my mind, just like Slam Dunk, right? If anybody over 30 years would remember this guy, and this is what every people thinking about Japan. When you close your eye, what do you think? Hello Kitty. What do you think? Slam dunk. This is Japan. This is soul. This is passion. This is precision. I think there is an advertisement of one of Japanese company, the rolling sushi moving in front of this guy. Every single one is exact the same weight without using skill, right? So the question is, how can Japan lead without racing? You don't want to race with OpenAI about large model. You don't want to race China, who has more population, right? So how do we participate in this new world order, right? The old world order since WTO is actually, with our geopolitics, with everything, is changing, right? What is the new world order around AI? That is very interesting, right? So Japan is not caught in the US-China geopolitical tension. Japan is in a very interesting position, neutral and trusted. I mean, this is one of the best place for food, for living, for everything. I mean, name one thing that this does not make you feel happy, right? So this is one of the best place for this. Japan is neutral, a real diplomatic and ethical assets. I mean, where do you find a place like that? With talents, hardworking people, master craftsmen, and all the talents. I mean, who does not know this guy, right? Again, I grew up with this guy. I have all the books too, right? So bring those back to life is very interesting for us. Opportunity, become a global place for a safe and interoperable AI place. This is, I believe, what Japan can lead, right? From robotics to AI, it's not something new for Japan. It's 40 years legacy. It's the first robots, I remember like Osmo, like from, forgot which company, like all my childhood memory about robotics coming from Japan. My first Walkman, my first TV, my first washing machine, everything, it's a legacy. That is a legacy where we will draw the future, right? Robotic history laid the foundation for human-machine harmony. Right? This is Japan. Japan is about harmony, right? Flowers, everything, right? Value inherited, craftsmanship. Nobody can argue with Japanese when it comes to craftsmanship. Everything is so precisely done, right? Only in Japan. And this is exactly what we needed for robots, right? Empathy, safety, and reliability. Today's challenge is how do we transfer those legacy into the next generation of AI agents and multimodal intelligence? How do we fusion this soul into the future of the device? And when I'm talking about device, I don't just mean robotics. We believe with all those things, the AI will be in every single piece. You already heard some recording device called Cloud. There's a limitedness pendant. You can basically record everything in your life, right? There will be more to come very soon. We will see AI in every single device around us, and that is Japan's biggest opportunity, right? Now, robotics was Japan's first AI. The AI happens way back before large model. It's robotics and happens over here. It's time for the next generation, and here's my favorite Astro Boy, right? So how do we compete? Let's compete on meaning, not skill. Skill, you can't just grow population to 2 billion next year, right? And you can't competing with large model today, with OpenAI. Japan shouldn't even chase those. Do not chase trillion parameter models, because that's not the destiny. Strength lies in integration, design, and embodiment. Putting soul into all those characters. And this guy, Xing Tai, anybody who don't like him, anybody who don't know him, right? Everybody knows it. He's very good at telling jokes and singing songs, right? So focus on multimodal AI, embody robotics, edge intelligence. That is an opportunity over here. While others scale on data, population, Japan can scale on understanding, on precision, right? So here, I would argue culture, Japan is going to be a culture as AI superpower. Again, who does not know One Piece? You know, you go to Netflix, the One Piece movie is very popular. I have so many American friends that just a fan of this One Piece. So my argument, Japan owns a culture treasure chest. Animation, manga, gaming, music, design. This is all inside Japan. It's an inherited culture. And there are not just IPs. Oh, it's just IP lawyer stuff. No, it's not. Those are data for creation AI ecosystem and aiming at global markets and only in Japan. AI plus Japan IP can export emotion, beauty, and storytelling worldwide into every single people from young to old. Japan can lead the world in imaginative AI. Right, over here, we actually have our partner. I would call out to Chris, our future partner on this one. This company is going to be based in Japan, strong Agora partner, and enable all the Japan IPs moving towards global. Right, and we are very excited about this over here. Now, from craftsmanship to resonance, right? You can't just produce AI toy or AI companionship, just like, throw things together. It requires craftsmanship. We have some device over there. You can take a look. Our chipset is over there. Take a look on those. It takes so much work to get it right. The voice need to right. You're talking about TTS, the balance of the robotics need to get right. Every single piece of that thing need to be right. But that is what Japan is good at. Perfect from global markets, reward emotion, right? The next evolution from this, from making things to making meaning. Why do I still remember Astro Boy? Like after almost 45 years in life, I still remember it. I still remember my first night of excitement because that make my life has meaning. That is my companion. And that companion has go with me all the time. Product market fit became emotion market fit. And I will argue, yes, AI create value by replacing human call center people, Filipino call center, $8 an hour. But what is the value people willing to pay for emotion? For companionship, that is the highest value, right? People don't buy precision, they buy how precision makes them feel, and that is the future, right? Humanized intelligence, right? Intelligence model is very smart. You ask them question, but are they human? And this is where Agora's conversational AI comes in. Human means talk like human. Not just like, keep interrupting you, did not understand, right? Japan's AI should reflect human warmth and humanity. Conversational AI companion robots, creation agents must feel alive and respectful. Means do not interrupt me. Do not answer other people. Do not answer yourself. Echo cancellation. There's so many technology detail inside. Technical with manner is Japan's signature. The future is empathy AI that listen before it speaks. I do not need a model keep talking to me. I need a model to listen to me, to understand me, to feel my pain, and to talk to me, to remember what happened with me last year when I'm happy, what makes me smile, right? That's what it. And I will argue collaboration over competition. Yes, some company call it competition. I actually think it's a collaboration. Every country, just like first generation of WTO, every country comes with its strengths. Every race, every culture comes with strengths. So it's a co-creation, not rivalry. And from that, we'll define Japan's path. Again, another one of my favorite cartoon I grew up with. This is I'm already in high school, right? City Hunter, right? Collaborate with Southeast Asia, Europe, and global innovation, right? Japan's neutrality and ethical makes it ideal for AI to bridge all the nations, all the inventions. Trust is a new infrastructure. We don't, you saw the, CEO of Microsoft was talking about, he has so many GPUs sitting there collecting dust because there's no power. I actually thinking we might at the time we have enough GPUs. Now at the same time thinking about how does those GPU make you happy, service humanity. Last, this is my last of scaling minds. I would call it, let's changing our mindset. Don't worry about yet another larger model, giving a Japanese name just to pretend we have a larger model, right? The next generation founder must evolve, and this is something very challenging for, the culture, right? From perfection, which is where we last couple thousand years. We need to now go to iteration because when it comes to new things, the AI, it's about fast iteration. It's okay to make mistake. There's no shame in making mistake, right? It's from very cautious into curiosity. Very, very interesting, right? We are very cautious generation over here, but when AI come, it's about curiosity. From technology to storytelling. Everything the world known for Japan is from storytelling, right? The sushi, the ramen, the everything. It's storytelling. It's telling about Japanese culture to the world. Innovation requires courage. Let's not worry about mistake. Let's not worry about imperfection. Like a flower, have to blossom in the perfect time. Don't worry about it. Just get it out. Let's iterate, right? Encourage young people to build AI that feel both Japanese and universal. And this is my last one. So from algorithm to global resonance, that is basically my topic. I believe Agora is here to enable the next generation Japanese startups to make it happen, to bring partner with Japanese founders, to bring this to the world, and bring one of the best technology to Japan to enable those. We cannot, world is a big factory together. We cannot invent things out of blue, right? You got factories in Shenzhen, you got companies from Silicon Valley like Aku, build this one. Everybody play a part in this co-creation and make this happen. And so that's it. That is my speech, and end up with one of the world's most popular Hello Kitty. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tony, for the great opening. トニーさん、ありがとうございました。続いては Amazon ウェブサービス、日本の山田万太郎さんです。実は昨日私たちは、AWS さんと一緒にテックワークショップも開催しまして、世界中の人たちが、日本の AI 技術とか、そして活用事例にとっても興味を持っています。Next, from AWS Japan, please welcome 万太郎山田。Just yesterday, we co-hosted a tech workshop with AWS people and from around the world, and eager to learn how Japan is advancing in AI technology and real-world. Welcome.
皆さんお時間ありがとうございます。ここのセッションでは AWS Japan の山田から AI ソリューションと事例の紹介をお話しさせていただきます。私はAWS Japan に5年弱ほどいますが、ソリューションアーキテクト技術担当として主にエンターテインメントとかメディアとかあとゲームのお客様と今日お話しする AI 活用の話含めてご支援させていただいています。で今日このセッションではですね日本語でお話しますが、導入としてちょっとトレンドから入るんですけどメインは AI を使ったいろんなユースケースをお話ししようと思っています。で今日皆さんこの後最新の技術を私も楽しみにしていますけれどもそれを皆さんのビジネスでどうやって活用するかを考えていく際の例とか参考としていただけるようなセッションにできればと思っています。で AI ってなった時に、今もうほぼ生成 AI が主役であるということは、多く語る必要はないかなと思いますがここ3年ぐらいでPOC そしてそれをプロダクションに入るで今はもうそれの技術をビジネス価値につなげていくフェーズにあると思っています。メディアとかですねゲームの業界においてもこのスライドに書いてあるようないろんなことが起こっているわけなんですけれども一つの考え方としてはリアルタイムでパーソナライズされた体験っていうのを AI によってできるようになってきています。でこれを提供できるかどうかっていうのが今後の成長の鍵になると見ています。AWS はもうここに載りきれませんがここに書いてあるような世界中の日本もそうですけれどもいろんなお客様と今申し上げたような AI の取り組みを含めて一緒に進めているところです。AWS 自体はじゃあ何をやってるんだというと一言で言うと皆さんお客様が生成 AI を用いたアプリケーションを開発する時に必要になるあらゆるパーツそれはインフラ一番下になるインフラから一番上のアプリケーションまで、あらゆる必要になるものを提供しています。で今日真ん中にあるその中核にある Amazon ベッドロックっていうところだけ1枚だけご説明させていただくとこのサービス AWS が提供していますが ここに書いてあるようなですね、最先端のモデルですね、生成 AI の元と呼ばれる基盤モデルを単一のシンプルな API でお使いいただくことができます。例えば皆さんのアプリケーションの中からアンソロピックのクロードのモデルを使いたい、あるいはディープシークのモデル使いたい、クエン使いたいってなった時に、一つの API でこれだけ多様なモデルを簡単に使うことができます。でベッドロックの中心の機能はそれで、他にもたくさん機能があるんですが、今日は AWS のサービスを紹介するということがメインではなくて、あくまでユースケースをいろいろご紹介できればと思うので、ちょっと AWS のサービスはこれで終わりにしてユースケースのお話に移っていきます。で最初、今日なんかメディアとかっていう意味で動画とか画像を使ったユースケースからお話ししていこうと思います。で最初私たちがよく見るのはコンテンツのローカライゼーションに AI を使うというところです。で動画だったら例えば例えば自動で字幕を出す、翻訳をした字幕を出す。でもっと言うともう吹き替えまでしてしまう、音声も生成させてしまうということで、1個のコンテンツを世界中のユーザーに届ける。このユースケースはもうすでにプロダクションで導入しているお客様もたくさんいらっしゃる使い方になります。でもう一つ紹介したいのは動画のアンダースタンディングの理解と検索です。でこれこの画像の例からご説明すると、例えば何かしらのシーンとかカットとかを自然言語で表現したものをクエリとして投げると、関連のクリップですね、クリッピングして関連のところを取ってきてくれるっていうようなことが技術的には可能になっています。でこれで例えば皆さんが何かコンテンツを作っていく中で、過去のこのシーンを撮っていきたいとか、この映像を撮っていきたいってなった時の検索の効率化をする、あるいはエンドユーザーさんがそれをできるんだとすると、エンドユーザーさんの検索体験を向上するというような使い方も良いユースケースだと思います。あと似たものだと、これはブンデスリーガさんの例ですけれども、ジェネラティブ AI ライブトラッカーということで、ライブでこういうコメンタリーのようなものを生成 AI にどんどん生成させていく。でこれは動画以外のインプットも用いてますけれども、ライブでやっています。でこの時にさっき申し上げた、翻訳を挟むとローカライゼーションですね、することができて、このコンテンツを世界中のユーザーに届けることができるし、もっと言うとここで例えばパーソナライズをする、個々人に合わせたコンテンツを生成することもできると思います。人によって例えば好きなチームとか選手とかこういうシーンをよく見てる人とかってなると思うので、ここでパーソナライズすることも生成 AI だったら可能だと。でテキストを生成するだけじゃなくて動画を生成するというスケースもあります。で例えばですね、ここに書いてあるような、今よくソーシャルメディアとかマーケティング用途でハイライトの動画を作るとかショート動画を作るとかっていうのあると思うんですけど、これを全部人手でやるんじゃなくて、例えばフル尺の動画、あるいは他のたくさんの動画の中から、いいシーンだけを自動的に切り取ってくる。これはさっき申し上げた動画の中身を理解することが今できるようになっているので、ここをうまく抽出してきてハイライト動画とかショート動画を作るのを自動にやらせると。でこれももう多くのお客様がやっていて、プロダクションで動いている例もたくさんある事例です。でここからちょっと生成周りでなんとなく皆様もイメージつくところだと思うんですけれども、何かしらの画像を生成するっていうところも大きなユースケースの一つです。で最近はそれをエンジニアだけじゃなくてあらゆるロールの人がもう自由自在に生成 AI を使ったクリエーションができるように、こういうちょっとグラフィカルなノードベースでつなげていってワークフローを組めるようなグラフィカルな UI を持っているツールを使いながら画像生成をしていくっていうのがよく使われています。であと今日関連のかなと思っているのが、こういう実写の写真ですねから右側のこれはメタバースだったりゲームだったりするかもしれないですけど、何らかの仮想空間に転写する、自動生成するような取り組みもあります。であとは、今日も関連だと思いますけれども 3D アセットの生成ですね。これも、ゲームとかアニメ VFX っていうところが思い浮かぶと思うんですが、それ以外にもたくさんの応用が考えられるユースケースです。でここまでちょっとビデオとか、動画とかにちょっとフォーカスしてお伝えしたんですけれども、この AI 活用っていうのは本当にあらゆるインダストリーで行われています。で AWS もたくさんのお客様がいらっしゃるので、 これまでたくさんの事例、もう数百の事例を情報を持っているんですけれども、そこで、うまくいってるもの例っていうのをこう分類するというか整理すると、この真ん中に書いてある6つ、こういったパターンでお使いいただけているお客様がうまく効果を出せているかなというまとめです。で今日全部はご紹介できませんが、この顧客体験強化とコンテンツ生成のところだけ少しお話しします。でこれはもう全部日本のお客様の例です。で一つは、英会話のレッスンです。でこれ顧客体験強化って書いてるのは何かっていうと、英会話を受けるユーザーさんも顧客なんですけど、講師の方も顧客なんですよね。で講師の方向けに何をやってるかっていうと、こう自由トークだとトークテーマをその講師の人が考えないといけないんですけど、それを例えば会員さんのプロフィール情報からおすすめのトークテーマっていうのを、ベッドロックを使って生成させることで、講師の人はトークテーマを考えることが仕事ではなくて、あくまで英会話の向上させることが仕事なので、そうで本質ではないところは生成 AI にうまくオフロードしてやっているという例です。でこれ次は、SNS 運用をしている方がお客様なんですけれども、そのユーザーさんが SNS に写真をアップするときにつけるキャプションとハッシュタグ、これをベッドロックに生成させることで、ゼロから考えるよりもその作業効率を上げるというところに使っていただいている例です。であと今日もちょっとこれ関連近いかなと思っていますが、3D キャラクター、バーチャルなキャラクターと対話を体験できるというアプリケーションの例になります。で、このバーチャルなキャラクターからの返答、レスポンスを生成 AI に生成させていると、ベッドロックに生成させているという例です。でこれキャラクターなので、例えば、性格とか口調とか、あるいはそのキャラクターが持つ背景、膨大なコンテキストがあると思うんですけど、それに基づいたちゃんと口調とかですね、内容を話すようにするためにシステムプロンプトにその情報をきちんと書いたりとか、あとはラグと呼ばれるシステムで動的にその関連情報を取ってきて、その情報に基づいて返すというようなシステムをベッドロックを中心に作っていただいている例です。で最後は、ローカライゼーションで、これ日本でも例がございまして、アニメの翻訳ですねにベッドロックを使っていただいています。でこれ面白いのは、例えばフランス語はこのモデル、さっきたくさんモデルが使いますよとお伝えしましたけれども、フランス語はこのモデル、英語はこのモデルっていった形で複数のモデルを適材適所で使い分けていただいています。これはベッドロックがたくさんのモデルを使えるよっていう特徴をうまく使っていただいている例だと思っています。はい、でいろいろお話ししてきました。で特にパーソナライズされたコンテンツのレコメンデーション、あるいは制作とか、あるいはローカライゼーション、リアルタイムに翻訳したり字幕をつけたりする、で動画を理解できるようになったことによるアプリケーションなどいろいろお話ししてきました。今日お話しできないユースケース本当にたくさんあります。で、ネクストステップとしてはですね、皆様の中で何かユースケースを見つけていただいて、それを自分で作るのか買ってくるのか、いろいろ選択肢があると思いますが、ここ検証に進んでいただけるといいなと思っています。でちょっとユースケースを考えていくときに、何もないと本当に発散してしまうと思うので、一つこういうちょっと整理の仕方を用意してみました。横軸がルールの明確さ、これある程度もうカチッと固まってる問題、ルールが決まってる問題でデータもたくさんあるのか、すごく曖昧な状態なのかというのが横軸ですね。で縦軸はこれリアルタイムにどれぐらい反応しなきゃいけないかとか、その反応の影響の大きさがどれぐらいあるのかっていうような形でちょっと分類しています。なので左下がおそらく始めやすいと思います。で右上に行くとだんだん難易度が上がってくると思います。で例えばこういうふうに整理をした上で皆さんの中で、技術的な実現可能性、あるいは始めやすさと、結構インパクトですよね、費用対効果がどれぐらいあるのかっていうのを考えながら、何か今日新しいユースケースを何か見つけていただいて、新しい皆さんのビジネスに価値になるを増加できるような何か取り組みを見つけていただけると嬉しいなと思っています。はい、じゃあ AWS 最初のセッションは一旦以上になります。ご清聴ありがとうございます。
山田さん、素晴らしい事例ありがとうございます。Thank you very much, Yamada-san, for sharing those exciting use cases. Before we moving forward to the next session for Echo, um, we will need to do some changes regarding the slides. Please wait for a moment. Thank you.続いてはアクールのアリシアさんです。今日はなんとアリシア自身のデジタル分身を連れて来てくれました。これで私のなんか通訳の役割もないかもしれませんね。Next, please welcome Alicia, Head of Product at Eiko. Alicia brought her own digital twin today, so I guess my translation job might not be needed. どうぞ。
Good morning, Convo AI Japan. I'm Alicia Tseng, or rather, an avatar version of her. This isn't a recording, it's real time, powered by Akul AI. Today, I'll show how Akul unlocks real time avatars through our streaming avatar engine. When we started Akul, we saw a gap. AI was accelerating, but real time communication wasn't. Most systems used a slow pipeline, speech to text, LLM, text to speech. That meant lag, awkward pauses, and robotic flow. The issue wasn't the intelligence, it was latency. So we built an engine for ultra-low latency, natural conversation, a silent layer that makes AI feel human-timed. That changed everything. Today, Akul powers 7M plus users, from startups to global enterprises. Partners like Coca-Cola and AWS are proving what's possible when brands embrace real-time AI. And we learned one truth. Real AI adoption comes from eliminating latency and delivering natural, reliable interaction. AI isn't replacing people, it's amplifying them. Especially in voice and video, where emotion matters, the future belongs to teams blending human imagination with real-time expressive AI. At Akul, our mission is simple. Make that collaboration effortless. AI can speak, share, and assist, but it will never replace the human behind it. So let me introduce you to the real Alicia Tseng.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Hi everyone, thanks for being here. I kind of cheated a little bit. I have my avatar, which is 5 or 6 years younger than me, presented for me earlier on. Thanks for being patient. So before we start, let me introduce who we are. So I'm presenting on behalf of Accor. At Accor, we're seeing ourselves as the leader of AI video generation. We have about 7 to 8 million users and generate more than 300 million results. Our users ranges from video creators and to educational industry and also influencers and SMB, which we will show later on in the slides. At Accor, we believe creating a one-stop shop that user will be able to we will be able to fulfill users' needs in this video creation. So our tools range from image, video, audio, and live. So think about this. You can use our platform to create an image, use that image to generate a video, use that video to generate an avatar. And you can use that avatar in any live conference to represent you, which speaks more than 155 languages. So at Accor, currently we have more than 20 tools in our platform for user to use. A little bit more about the company. We got nominated for Inc. 5000, non-1 this year, and we also ranked number 12 on G2. Some client that we collaborate with is Coca-Cola, AWS, and AMD. Some more about me. I am Alicia Zhang. I'm the head of product at Accor. Previously worked at Meta, e-commerce, and Airbnb growth team. I am born in Taiwan, grown up in Taiwan and studied in China and work in the US. So now let's get into the topic about the streaming avatar that Aku is providing. So think of this, like streaming avatar is about a chatbot, but with a real person. So when you type in with ChatGPT, you don't know what it looks like. It sounds like a bot, like it provides all the same answer to people. But when you add a human face, human tone, you feel like you're chatting with someone that you're familiar with. This person knows you, remembers you. So that's a cool solution for this we call streaming avatar. For the next few slides, I will show you some scenarios where streaming avatar is used for our clients. So some key highlights of this tool, streaming avatar. So first of all, it's real time, and it responds to whatever you ask. So this is how it looks like on the UI. User can either type or talk to the avatar. That we also have this camera feature that user can turn on the camera, ask the avatar, like, how much is this? The avatar will talk to you. This is you're saying number 2. So it's very interactive and all real time. The second one is like we have more than 400 avatars for users to pick. You can pick the one that you like. And you can also customize the avatar with your personal photos. The last one is like seamless integrations, which you will see our client's platform, that our streaming avatar have open API that can be integrated on the client's platform. And we also support like multi-concurrency. We have a client that is a CEO of a company which has 1,700 employees. He created his avatar to chat with his employees. So those employees may chat like at the same time for maybe 100 people, and our system still works stable. So this is an example of a core built on top of Convo AI. So user comes in, they select the avatar that they're looking for. They can talk with kids. They can ask for a mentor or just some kind of companion chat to someone they want to just feel bored and want to chat with. And this is the example when it enters a room, talking to the avatar. This is one of our famous avatar. His name is Sean, and he'll be able to interact with you. In this story, the person asked him to tell me a story about something, so he started to talk. So it's all built on Convo AI, and it supports semantic interruption and flexible model choices of different TTS and LLM models. Okay, so now I want to show you some like 6 to 7 use case that Aku has built, like real use case that Aku has built on with streaming avatar. So this one, it's Aku's avatar in NVIDIA GTC conference and Gen AI Summit. So in the conference, we place this large hologram in the conference, and we pre-train the avatar with the knowledge of the conference. So when a user come here, they can ask, where is the section for XYZ? The avatar will tell the user, oh, it's in room A, go to room A. And then the person can ask, who's the speaker of that XYZ? And then the avatar will give him a brief background of who the speaker is. So these are examples interaction of how this hologram works in the real world. And we've seen very successful so far with the ones that we placed. The most difficult part of this is this huge, giant physical hologram, which is hard to move and store. But the software works perfect. Okay, so this is another use case for an apartment rental place. I'm not sure if we have voice on for this, but...
Hi, my name is Ava, and welcome to Grand Oaks Apartments. As you're looking for a new apartment home, I want to offer you $100 off your first month's rent if you answer a few quick questions. Let's get you started. Could you tell me your full name?
Okay, so this is an example of a person renting the place. The avatar tells her the promotion right away.
Great, Josh. What size apartment home are you looking for?
Again, this is our famous avatar, Elite.
And when are you planning to move?
So it can be embedded on our client site, and simultaneously they will see both. And the knowledge is pre-trained by our client as well.
How much?
Okay, now this example is with Marsh McLean, which is the top insurance company in the world. It's based in the United States. So this avatar speaks Spanish and
Hola,
English.
soy Mía, tu asistente virtual de Mercer Marsh Beneficios. Estoy aquí
Okay,
para
maybe I
resolver tus
should
dudas
make it
sobre el
mute.
llenado de los formatos
So we all
para tu
know
proceso de
when
reembolso.
you want to do insurance, you may have to ask a lot of information. Your date of birth, your health condition, number of household, income, and blah, blah, blah. User might be not willing to share.
Perfecto.
But with this avatar, we are seeing that users are more open and they feel more safe. And this also saves humans' efforts in collecting the information. So once user input their information, the avatar will give them a quote of the insurance plan. And this is already implemented, just launched last week in Mexico. So this avatar is speaking Spanish. Okay, so this is another example that we partner with AWS, and we place it in AWS Summit and Mobile World Congress. So it's developed based on Bedrock, Amazon's LLM. As you see, it's in the hologram again, which is in the conference. But we also place this hologram in physical stores, which you will see in this slide. So this avatar shows up in the telecom operation, which is called Vodafone. It's like NTT Docomo in Japan, one of the largest telecom operation. And it helps user answer their questions, just like customer support, and also like help the people explain the spec of the phone. So one thing that's special about this avatar is they ask, in India, there are all kinds of races. So they ask them to customize the look and feel of the local place that it's placing. So for example, you may see this kind of avatar placed in a more business location. You're seeing this kind of avatar placed in a more like culture and relaxed place. So this avatar, it's placed in 90 physical stores in India at the beginning of next year. And it's already developed and ready for launch. So this is another use case for medical industry. So in medical industry, again, there's all sorts of questions that the doctor needs to collect in order to make decision. This French doctor example, he is a heart doctor. So user has to measure their pressure, their heartbeat every day, and submit it every day. With this doctor, they can interact with the patient, and if anything emergency comes up, he can schedule an appointment for the patient. Same example as this one. So this one is also help first-time visit doctor to collect all sorts of information that's needed in order to schedule the appointment. So some other use case, like Malaysia Airline, they put this booth at the Kuala Lumpur airport to answer users' questions such as flight schedule change, baggage limit. We all know, like when you travel with kids, it's very complicated with car seats, with stroller, with all that kind of stuff. With that avatar, they're able to help user answer that. This is an example of the CEO, which I mentioned earlier. It's a procurement company called Zycus. So this company is about 1,700 employees. The CEO wants to talk to their employees directly and do the training. So we make him as an avatar and feed him, like train him the knowledge that we were given. So he's able to do that. And now they're expanding to use the CEO's avatar for customer service as well. So lastly, I want to share this special example. I know the photo doesn't look good, so I didn't record a video. So this is about afterlife avatar. It was requested from our client Michael Holzman. He's a public speaker and the CEO of AI Accelerator. So one day he came to us and said his mom passed away 30 years ago, but he really missed her. He hoped we can create an avatar for her. Of course, that's something that we're very interested in. Me personally, I would like to have one as well. So he gave us this document, and we asked his permission that we can share. So this document has things about his mother, like some like the culture, her belief, some family stories and stuff. So we trained her mother into an avatar. This was 30 years ago. We don't really have a good image. It's from VHS, like the traditional videotape that we trained from. And the client is very happy with the results. And now he feels like his mom is alive and he can interact with his mother. So this is something that I also think personally, I have a 100-year-old grandmother and I live in the US, she lives in Taiwan and I miss her a lot. And personally, I think I would like to have an avatar that I can carry with me. So I use this special case to share with you guys. So together, I see Akul and Agora are turning static AI conversations into dynamic human experience. At Akul, we are seeing AI stop being a tool, but it's being a creative partner to make people move faster and achieve the things that we cannot do ever before. So let's shape the AI future together. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Alicia, for the amazing sharing and amazing demo. ありがとうございます。こちらからは、あと会話 AI とアバターの未来についてテーマとしてトークセッションです。今日の登壇者は、アゴラの友達である AI 時代を共に進む仲間です。それぞれの経験や精神をこだっていただきます。Now it's time for our fireside chat, the future of conversation AI and avatars. Please welcome our four panelists. First, Patrick Ferriter from Agora, Senior VP of Product, and Joshin from aka Virtual, CEO and founder, and Ziyi Chen, founder and CEO of WaveSpeed, and Yang Yongle, DeFi, Solution Architecture. Welcome.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the future of conversational AI and avatars. We're here today to explore how conversational AI and conversational AI, creativity, and compute are converging to give rise to a new generation of avatars and AI agents that can think, interact, and even feel human. I'm Patrick Ferriter, and I lead the global product and marketing teams at Agora, and I'll be the moderator for the fireside chat here tonight. First, I'd like everyone to be able to introduce themselves individually in turn. So with that, Ja.
Hi, Patrick. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me today. So my name is Yang. I am solution architect in DeFi. DeFi is an open source platform that can help non-developers and developers to build AI application. So anyone can just go in there, write some prompt, connect to your private data, and use our drag and drop workflow to build a production-ready AI solution. And here today we also have, I'm missing him, my colleague Takji-san right over there, but he'll be there probably in just a minute. And please, if you're interested in DeFi, please feel free to talk to him and get some DeFi swag. Thank you.
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm Zeyi from WebSpeed.ai. I'm the founder of and CEO of WebSpeed. So we are a generative media developer platform that provides API services for developers and the company to use our service to generate AI images and videos, as well as avatar videos and musics.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh Shen from AKA Virtual and Shisa AI. We're a little bit different. AKA Virtual is actually a VTuber technology company. We produce VTubers for like HoloLive and Niji Sanji here in Japan, as well as we represent the largest agency in Southeast Asia. So we're really on the kind of like anime characters and influencer world. And because of that, we built this stack that allowed us to build basically AI assistants and agents that have kind of like a virtual character front to it. And then basically our Shisa LLM model on the back end. And just a quick thing about our Shisa model, if you guys look us up on Hugging Face and other things, like we are the strongest like Japanese benchmark model out there. That's also been trained actually onshore here in Japan. So if you, and a couple tidbits, which is, we come from the entertainment world, and so the requirement for the Japanese that has to come out of the LLM is a little bit higher for what we need, and that's what kind of highlighted what we wanted to do, and that's why we put all of our work into into a Japanese-specific LLM.
Very cool. Thank you, Ja. Ja, specifically, how do you see AI avatars evolving from characters into more conversational and beings that you can drive an emotional connection with or have an emotional connection with?
So the funny thing about, if you look at, I come from kind of all three worlds, right? One's America, Silicon Valley, other part China, and then been in Japan for about 15 years. And if you look at like, character.ai type of things and these other platforms that have been pretty popular internationally, they are not popular here. And one of the big reasons, and it's, kind of a joke, but it's really true, is that, Japan's had virtual girlfriends for a long time, right? And so and then this whole concept of kind of deeper kind of relationships, at least from an entertainment standpoint, is they're a lot more savvy about it, and so the expectation for it is a lot higher. And so that's something that is a hard thing for us to solve, and we spend a lot of time trying to solve that.
Got it. What do you think it is, or the specific characteristics that help people form those deeper emotional bonds with virtual performers? And specifically, what are the key things you solve for to enable that? And I think, as you said, you've got global experience. So what are those key differences, let's say, between Japan and the VTuber community and, let's say, the Western approach?
Yeah, the first thing that's like a little bit distinct about how we look at it, and maybe the Japanese style, is that we don't do human avatars. Ours are basically cartoon characters. And it's like a very meaningful decision on our part because it's important to actually abstract the character and the person away from what the visuals are. And in like AI stuff is like looking better and better. But in the end, when we looked at the influencer side, actually being more caricature, and that's an important word, and being able to translate that to each language, the caricature part is actually very important for the VTuber part. But then when we went to AI agents, that was even more important because you didn't want people to perceive your agent to be human. You wanted them to understand that they were playing a role, whether it was a job or a type of character. And so that's a big discovery for us.
Got it. And maybe just one more question to build on that. Do you think that when it's not a human-like avatar, that it's easier for people to feel more open and not feel judged and be able to more easily build a connection?
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the cool examples I'd like from Akul is that we look at, for instance, therapy. Right? When you go into therapy and you're talking to an AI agent that looks like a human and they're asking personal questions, and you're just like, you still know what you're talking to a computer. For us, like in the kind of more personal things, we actually don't even go to a human character. We go with an animal or a pet, because the pet is actually meant to be more stupid in some ways. Like you can be more trusting of it, and it leans more into like the Japanese mascot culture where there's this is just like it's like a dog that's a doctor that's asking me about like what my blood pressure is. You feel a little bit more disarmed and comfortable with that, as opposed to something that you're really not sure what you're talking to yet. And so those are kind of some of the insights that we have.
Cool. That's very cool and insightful. Thank you, Ja. The next question is going to go to Yang. So we're going to now have a look under the hood and shift gears to the underlying infrastructure that powers these types of conversational AI and avatar experiences. And so Yang, at Diffie AI, you're empowering developers to build entire AI and conversational workflows. So from your perspective, what's changing in how teams design these agentic systems, and can you tell the audience, specifically how you enable customers to integrate conversational AI and avatars together?
Okay, great question, Patrick. So what we have concluded recently is there are 3 types of AI system. We have AI workflow, which is very, very fast and reliable. And we also have agentic workflow, which is fast enough and has some extent of autonomy. And we also have agentic AI, which is 100% autonomous, but sometimes it can get very, very slow. So each of these 3 AI systems, they have its own strengths and weaknesses. And in terms of conversational AI and avatar, Diffie mostly handle the text processing, text generation part. So you want a very, very fast text generation when you're dealing with real time. And the primary option is to use the AI workflow. So you just have to choose the fastest large language model, for example, GPT-4 mini, and then you don't have to worry about the rest of the system.
Got it. And maybe at a high level, what does your integration look like with Agora that is available for developers to use?
So for now, we have a Convo AI integration on Diffie's marketplace that you can always build a chatbot that integrated with your own private data and do real-time conversation, integrate with a Agora. I think it's called a Convo AI chat interface. Yeah, and you can use it on your mobile, on your computer, anywhere you want, and it's just very, very fast.
Cool, excellent. Thank you, Yang. So the next question is for Ziyi. So your team at WaveSpeed AI is focused on speeding up multimodal models and interaction across various model types, making that easy for developers. So everything from images to video to avatars. And so in your experience, how does the performance and latency impact the user experience for real-time, or in your case, near real-time communications? And how are you, or what is your main focus, and what key problems are you solving?
Yeah, I think currently we are working on seeking a good balance between the speed and the output quality. So when you visit our website, for example, you use to try some AI avatar models like Infinite Talk and some video models like the one animated series. So you will find that you get a reasonable quality versus reasonable latency. And then we also hear from some of our customers that they want us to give them a real-time or near real-time solution for some diffusion-based avatar models like Infinite Talk. So we are currently working on this too. And if we can make a breakthrough in this area, I think we can deliver our very outstanding output, very amazing, very realistic avatar videos. And this can also enable some chatting applications and as well as some live streaming studios to utilize, to adopt, to integrate this solution into their own products.
Great, thank you for that. And what are some of the main use cases or the top use cases that you're seeing right now?
Yeah, I see some very interesting creations made by some Japanese studios that they use our, they share such use cases on their social media platforms such as X. They use our Infinite Talk audio-driven conversational generation services to create some videos for their own favorite stars, that you can see some really beautiful female superstars introduce themselves, as well as making some advertisement videos to show, to introduce some commercial products. And I think this can help people reduce huge effort in making such videos, because traditionally when you want to take an advertisement video, you need to prepare for this for a very long time. You need to carefully design the speech content. But right now, you can only use the language model to write the content, and then use a TTS model to synthesize the audio, and finally you pass this to an audio-driven video generation model, and the full process can be automated, and it can create a real commercial value.
Very cool. Thank you. So I think as we look at closing here, I'd like to do a quick lightning round with each of you, and you could take a couple minutes each to answer. But there's three key questions I'd like you to consider. The first one is, what really excites you the most about conversational AI, and where things are going, in your opinion, over the next 2 to 3 years, and looking at conversational AI and avatars. And as things evolve, are there any areas that you think we should be more cautious about in that time frame as well to consider? And then lastly, if we meet again in 2027, what will surprise us most in this audience about the human and AI interaction at that time? So Ziyi, since you have the mic, would you care to go first?
Yeah, I think the avatar videos will be more and more realistic, and people will be very hard to distinguish them from real persons even in the next year. I think this will come true, because we can see right now, AI avatars are not only about the traditional talking avatars. Actually, I think the newest language models like Sora 2 and Veo 3 and even 1.2.5 can also be regarded as AI avatars, and they can synthesize very complex video content that you can use a text prompt to guide how the avatars to act, to respond to, and even they can have their behave like they have their own thoughts and emotions, and you don't need a very complex pipeline. The model can just generate this by its nature, and it's super realistic. And also, I think that the cost will be reduced significantly, because right now the cost is still very high, and some companies are still very hard and don't even think that it's still not very cost efficient for them to adopt this in their products. But in the following year, I think just more company worldwide, just like in Japan or in the US and even in China, will adopt those techniques in making real commercial advertisements.
Got it. So really a huge leap forward in experience, a significant reduction in cost, and also then looking at how fast this may happen. Perhaps something we need to be thinking about is the permissions for people, since it's going to be very easy to create these types of experiences and avatars. I know that as we're already working with Acool and others, they've already been looking at this very carefully. But I think it's an area that will become more important as things evolve. So, Yang, would you like to go next?
So something that's also been evolving very, very fast recently is the robotic industry. So we're looking forward to a robot that's fully connected to AI. in probably 2 to 3 years. And not only they will just do the conversational AI, the real-time AI work, but also they can do the physical work in a more intelligent way. So I really hope DeFi can integrate with real physical world in the future, and probably we're going to build some robotic solution in the next few years. Yeah.
Cool. Very cool. All right, Ja, could you pass the mic?
We have like a lot of questions. Yeah. But the yeah, the direction I pointed to, like our background is really from obviously entertainment and also like from influencers, right? We started the company really doing like virtual character technology for influencers, and I think the same thing that we discovered is going to be the same for like at least like AI characters and like generative content, which is you need to have a generation of people that learn how to make this type of content before it becomes something that's like first viral and then like second useful, I guess. And we're starting to see that. Like I think a lot of people in this room probably played with Sora 2 a lot. Very powerful. Like I mean, like I cannot tell the difference on some of these videos whether it's real or not. But then for that to basically make that jump where you're creating content that people like algorithmically would like or are entertained by, and then therefore being useful, I think there's going to be, everybody in this room, we're probably technologists more than we are entertainers, and figuring out when that gap actually happens, where entertainment people or influencer people understand how AI fits into their workflow, is a kind of a big, interesting thing. In the VTuber world, there's like a couple VTubers that are AI driven, and right now they're interesting mostly because they're not entirely AI driven. They have a human that's like quote unquote prompting them, because they're interfacing them, and that makes kind of like a slapstick kind of entertainment concept. But that's where you've got a couple examples where like you've got the programmer, the creator, interfacing with their AI character. They know how to talk to them, prompt them, make them more entertaining, and therefore you now have AI influencers and AI creators, and that's like and so you'll have this like new entrepreneur, new startup type of person that will be able to come out and create something that we're thinking about a lot of practical purposes of it, but in the hands of somebody young and somebody that's not thinking in the same construct that we're looking at, I think that there's going to be a lot of cool stuff that will come out of it. The flip side, on the more practical side, which is like our things specifically for how we moved into doing AI avatars for utility in Japan. That's something where I think that there's going to be a lot of great strength there. One of the things that we are actively looking at is companionship, not for entertainment purposes. Japan is the leading country where people die alone. It's kind of terrible. I mean, like it's just for a lot of reasons. And in this case, where it's actually a dominant, it's a issue all across the entire world, and this whole concept of therapy, companionship, and in the simplest forms, I think is a huge evolution that will come out, right? Because this is where we always think about like the Sony Aibos before, and when they turned them off, like a lot of people like were pretty heartbroken, like their pet died, and I think that in this kind of future, this concept of instead of saying AI assistant, AI companion is actually quite an interesting and awesome future. And so, that's something that we think about a lot at Shisa, and building out kind of like companion characters for the elderly to be able to, like, they're not meant to be super smart. They're just supposed to be kind of fun, and then just can do kind of like simple interactions. And I think that is also a very interesting thing that will, I think, become quite popular in the next couple of years.
Great. Thank you, Ja and Ziya and Yang. Really interesting topics, and really appreciate your views of the future. I'm sure my wife would like a robot version of me with my avatar to do whatever she wants around the house. So I'm sure she's looking forward to that day coming true. I think what we've learned today is that the future of conversational AI goes way beyond voice and where we are today, and it's about expression, emotion, embodiment, and that embodiment can be in various different forms, and including potentially robotics in the very near future, as you're seeing some examples of today. So thank you, everyone, and please join me in thanking our panelists, and enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.
And thank you, Patrick.
Cheers.
Thank you to our speakers and for the great discussion. 素晴らしいトークはありがとうございました。続いては、ジャービスのジェイソン・チェンです。今日はなんと、面白い AI おもちゃを持ってきてくれました。皆さん、ぜひ楽しみにしていてください。はい。Next, please welcome Jason Chen, Head of Marketing at Jarvis. Today, Jarvis brought some very fun AI toys to show everyone. Let's take a look.
Right, good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you to Agora for hosting tonight's event. And my name is Jason, and we at Jarvis are honored to join the program that focuses on AI-driven avatar, real-time voice AI for interactive fandom, and cross-industry use cases, because that is exactly where Jarvis lives. Given characters are always online soul that can speak, remembers, and accompany users across avatars and IoT. Tonight, I will show you how Jarvis turned this theme into reality, why Japanese voice tech has felt almost human for years, and how we close that gap. Let me start with the reality in front of us. Every quarter, more places in Japan need a natural voice. Stores, station, hotels, government office, and home devices. People do not want announcement, and we as users, we want conversations. We want to speak, or we want to ask our follow-up questions. And sometimes we change our minds during sentences. And we want to be understood and remembered. But today's systems fell short. They sound almost human until the conversation gets long. The emotions is a performance, not a preset. And many systems treat it like a preset. Pitch accent holds for short lines, and it drifts when the conversation goes long. And if you interrupt, the system cannot keep up. And latency makes the AI feels like a walkie-talkie. And in noisy places, speech recognition often fails to pick you up. And when you come back tomorrow, they don't remember you. Why is this especially hard in Japan? Because Japanese language is uniquely demanding for TTS. Japanese meanings rides on pitch accent. Place names have multiple readings. We need fast, interruptible turn talking, not robotic deliveries. And we don't want to wait awkwardly for a response. At the same time, the demand is exploding. Creators want characters that connect with fans on a personal level. Enterprises want 24/7 concierge experience that feels polite and on-brand. Tourism wants multilingual conversation on the spot, and millions of devices and with microphones and speakers are waiting for an intelligent voice that can actually fulfill needs. So the gap is growing. Demand for conversational grade Japanese is rising, but supply still feels like an announcement. This is the gap that Jarvis was built to close. And it all lives in one solution that follows you across apps, devices, and venue. Today, we brought a demo that we built as a travel guide character. It is inspired by the Kumamoto Prefecture tourism ambassador. Is it speak? Is there any voice? My apologies. Well, I guess we have to do the old-fashioned way. Okay, let's hear the demo.
くまモンこんばんは。
また来てくれたもんね。かりんさん、こんばんは。
くまモン自己紹介してくれる？
僕はくまモン。熊本県の営業部長兼幸せ部長をしてるんだもん。かりんさんのことを応援するのが大好きだもん。
ありがとね、くまモン。
どういたしまして。かりんさんと話せるのが嬉しいもん。
ところで、かりんさんじゃなくて、かりんちゃんって呼んでほしいな。
あ、そっか。かりんちゃんだもんね。覚えたもん。
くまモンこんばんは。くまモン今は何時？
あ、さっき聞かれたもんね。今は21時59分だもん。もうすぐ22時だもん。
もう寝る時間？
そっか。もう夜遅いもんね。
熊本県のラーメンは有名らしいんですよね。なんか有名なラーメン屋とかおすすめのところある？
熊本ラーメンなら黒亭がおすすめだもん。豚骨スープにマー油が入っててすっごく美味しいんだもん。
値段はどんな感じでしょうか？
黒亭は B が100、ベース300くらいだもん。手頃な値段で食べられるんだよ。ジュース。
くまモン今はね、気持ちはあんまり良くないんだけど、ちょっと慰めてくれる？悲しいんだよね今は。
そっか、かりんちゃんが悲しいんだもんね。僕がそばにいるもん。
もっともっと慰めてほしい。
そっか。かりんちゃんが辛いんだもんね。僕はいつもかりんちゃんの味方だもん。
じゃあ抱っこしてほしいな。
よしよし。僕がギュッてしてあげるもん。かりんちゃんのことずっと応援してるんだもん。
ありがとうくまモン、優しいよね。
どういたしまして。かりんちゃんが笑顔になってくれるのが僕は一番嬉しいんだもん。
くまモン、熊本県って有名な観光地とかある？教えてくれる？
熊本県にはね、阿蘇山ってすっ ごく大きな活火山があるんだもん。
じゃあ、阿蘇神社ってどんな場所なの？
阿蘇神社はね、阿蘇山のふもとにある古いお宮ですごく歴史があるんだもん。
で、他はね、熊本県の他の有名な観光地教えてくれる？
水田寺修園っていう素敵な庭園があるもん。桃山式の回遊庭園で富士山の形をした築山もあるんだもん。
All right, I apologize for the technical difficulties, and we all know that technologies are always reliable. So, what set us apart is one idea. It's simple, clear, one platform that combines it all with emotion, pitch-accurate speech, interruptible reasonings, low latency, noise robustness, and context memory. And it is built for real Japanese conversation. Emotion should be a performance, not a preset function. And it should be polite when it needs to be. It should be warm when it needs to be. We sustain emotion across long exchanges, not just short lines. People do not just remember words, they remember how the voice make them feel. And Japanese language is not a stress-based. It is a pitch-based language. So getting the pitch wrong, it all sounds wrong. The problem today with many TTS engine, it drifts over long sentences. Names and places reading goes out without context. And politeness and register change the melody, but the model doesn't follow. For question versus statement, the intonation often misses the mark. And to avoid mistakes, many Japanese TTS pipeline end up fine-tuning their system with extra manpower and time. They lock the voice down. As a result, their response feels constrained. Long replies hit limits and stop mid-speech. You can't interrupt them. You wait through dead airs. You are listening to a narrator, not making a conversation. What Jarvis does is that we use context to choose the right tone and pitch. We track registered and formality, so prosody matches honorific speech when you need it. We generate correct intonation for questions, confirmation, emphasis, and we hold the same voice throughout. Most importantly, those abilities are based on our pre-training models. It's not manually fine-tuned. You do not need a small army of editors to make it sound right. Then we customize it for each client's need, their brand tune, their data, and the guardrails, and we make it truly conversational. As a result, Jarvis does not just speak Japanese. It sounds native in long replies. It talks with you, not at you. It is clear, comfortable, and built for real conversation. Our reasoning capability maintains logical consistency across long, multi-clause questions and extended replies. It makes clarifying statements instead of guessing. It stays in persona while it thinks. No character breaks, no random tone shift. The result is answer that is useful, not just beautiful. When you come back tomorrow, Jarvis remembers you, your preference, your last topic, and the time, even the time and places, and picks you up right off. And we keep the first audio under 150 milliseconds, so it feels instant. You finish your word, Jarvis start within a heartbeat. It is a quick, interruptible turn talking, not narration, no long gaps, no waiting. And it is made for real-world environment. So stations, stores, venues, and meeting room, even with background noise, it hears you and keeps the conversation flowing when the surrounding gets loud. So the modern baseline for TTS is that the top-tier AI, voice AI, does things that used to take a studio to create. For a few seconds of audio, we can in role of voice, no studio booking, and no long sessions. One persona in many languages. So the same signature voice can speak multiple languages. Speech-to-speech style transfer keep pitch and intensity while we rewrite the content. And it also provides expressive controls, so emotion, formality, and speaking styles can be made on cue. And that is our baseline too. We onboard a new brand and a character in weeks, not months. Our mode is an iron triangle. So we use immersive experience with voice, brain, and memory working as one, with sub-100 first audio, true barging and resume, steady pitch and register in long replies, a consistent persona across apps, robots, call center, and IoT. And our core agents are all built in-house. So quality lies in pre-training, not fine-tuning. One platform scales to many voices. Streaming keeps compute efficient, fewer vendors, fewer loops, and lower operational overhead, delivering a materially low cost per conversation, so you can serve fans and customers at scale. And with every privacy-safe outbeing interaction, teaches Javas to do better and get smarter. Personalization sharpens who, when, and where. Better experience leads to more users, to better model, and to even better customer experience. That flywheel is proprietary and it compounds over time. Why does that triangle hold? Because integration can be copied, but integration qualities cannot. With technical know-how, a cost advantage, and a learning loop, Java stays ahead, and our partners can earn trust, reduce cost, and scale their business with real conversation. What Japanese need, we can deliver. Japan need a conversational great voice. One of the most visible examples is in the anime and fandom economies. Creators want their creation to be present, not just on screen, but accompanying each fan individually. Java turned venues and devices into a stage for IP characters, using the same signature voice to greet fans, to chat in characters, to remember small details about you, and it appears whenever you need. And that is how Java's turned AI from content into companion. Let me close with how we built from here, with one solution and two motions. From top down, we start with consumer first. We put a lovable on-brand voice inside IoTs, inside rooms, inside vehicles, in toys, and in robots, so fans and guests can feel it. When the experience lands, we carry that same persona and operational know-how to business. And from the ground up, in parallel, we seed builders with a global Japanese TTS platform featuring intent-to-speech controls and automatic pitch accent with template, SDKs, and docs, so developers can create a Japanese voice in days, not weeks. And this is how we build depth, with thousands of experiment becoming a real product. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason, for the presentation and demo. And I apologize for the issue we had during the video play. ありがとうございます、ジェイソンさん。最後は、トリップ3D のフランクさんです。トリップ 3D の技術はなんかとても特別、まさになんかワンクリックでおもちゃの 3D モデルを作れるようになっております。Finally, please welcome Frank John, Japan distributor for Triple 3D. Their technology is truly unique. You could almost call it one-click 3D toy modeling.
皆さんこんばんは、はじめまして、トリポ日本と韓国の総代理店を務めているチョと申します。本日よろしくお願いします。ちなみに、皆さんにとって、トリポのことをご存知されている方いらっしゃいますか？ ありがとうございます。使われた方は多分、まだ、少ないと思いますけれども、早速始めたいと思います。これホラ吹きに見えるんですけれども、ただここに並んでいるデータを、見てしまうとトリポはいかに世界最強のAI3D ビッグモデルと伝われると思います。特にここ2、3年間は生成 AI は山ほどは出ているんですけれども、でもほとんどは2D 系が多くて、その中に本当に 3D の生成 AI が日分野なんですけれども、今本当に実用化されているツールは数社しかないんですけれども、その中にやはりユーザー数でもこれは個人のユーザー、そして法人のユーザー、中小と大手、それに生成された 3D アセットの数的にだけ見てしまうと、もうダントツリーディングしているところではあります。それに3D 生成ツールではあるんですけれども、ただツールのままではありません。我々はツールからまずもちろんプロの方に対してこれまでの複雑な作業とか時間と労力、そしてコストかかる工程を大幅削減する役割を提供していて、同時に専門知識が専門スキルがない方に対してやはり誰でも好奇心があって、誰でも自分のクリエイティブ、自分が想像しているもの、自分のアイデアを形にしていきたいということは共通なんですよ。でただやはりこれまで専門知識、専門スキルがなければなかなか自分の夢、自分のアイデアを形にしていけないんですけれども、こういった方に対しても特に 3D のものを作るにあたってトリポは最適です。でツール以上に我々目指しているのが付加価値の提供することです。つまり単なるクライアントの皆さん、ユーザーの皆さんがトリポを使っていただいて早くクオリティ高く自分が作りたいものを作るだけではなくて、そこからさらにプラスアルファを皆さんに提供していきたいです。例えば3D なんですから2D と違って、要は立体的に形に出ていて、そしてそういったものをトリポの単体のツールだけじゃなくて、外部のいろんなツールとかエンジンとかには連携しているんですよ。例えば特に 3DMAX とかマヤとかそしてブレンダーとかConvo UI とか、それに特にゲーム関係だと Unity とかUnreal とか、もうここで生成するものはそのままAPI 経由で他社のツールとかエンジンにアドプトできます。そこで直接作業いただけます。さらにそういったものをできているだけで終わるではなくて、そこから出てくるものをなるべく我々の力で分かりやすく言えばサプライチェーンというかベンダーの何でしょう、連鎖としてプラスアルファを皆さんに提供していきたいんですよ。3D なんですからもちろん何でしょう、造形物としては本当にありとあらゆると、分野に使われているんですけれども、ただ単にコンテンツだけじゃなくて、ものづくりとか製造業にもただ及ぶ分野が広くて、さらに建築、デザイン、何でも万能に近い形に活用されているんですよ。でそういったユーザー利用者の皆さんに対して、例えばこれまで何でしょう、伝統的な技術でものを作っているメーカーさんに使っていただくと、当然ながら AI なんですからネット環境も必要になってくるんですし、でさらにネット情報セキュリティにも必要になってくるんですよ。そういった場合は例えばですよ、我々は AWS さんと一緒にクライアントに対して足りていないものを全部提供していきますと。こういうワンストップでものを作ったりするだけじゃなくて、作業環境、そしてビジネスも完結させていきます。で最終的にこういったエコシステムを形成することによって、単なる、自分だけのものを作ったりだけじゃなくて、やはりお互いの川下も連携させていて、ある意味AI に介して総合商社的な役割を果たしていきたいと思います。 それに我々が、ユーザーの皆さんにクライアントの皆さんに約束する、ことなんですけれども、まず必ず3ヶ月から5ヶ月一度は定期的にグレードアップはします。で一度のグレードアップにして少なくとも10倍以上の、性能の躍進、それに300% 以上の生成精度向上になります。でここに並んでいるのが去年の、夏秋頃のバージョンで作ったもので、そして3ヶ月後でさらに3ヶ月後、そして最新のバージョンでやはり一目瞭然でクオリティと精密と、それに造形の良さも劇的にみるみるうちにすごくなってきたんですよ。では、早速映像で理解していただきたいと思います。ここまでは、自社の生成物の、クオリティ比較なんですけれども、次が競合他社さんとの比較なんです。ご覧ください。同じプロンプトあるいは同じ映像のもとに同じものを生成していくんですけれども、できたものの、差は、ここで一目瞭然になります。それになぜこんなに、素晴らしいツールを世の中に届けているのかは、我々はものすごく優秀な開発チームを持っています。でこれまでわずか2年間で世界中の、3D 生成 AI そして画像系の、権威学術誌に50以上の論文が発表されていて、そしてたくさん引用されているんですよ。さらに今でも進行中なんですけれども、もう20以上の新しい論文も投稿して審査中です。つまり完全自社開発でこういった技術力、研究開発の能力によってツールの良さ、優れる機能を保証してくれます。さらにやはり大半の世の中の生成 AI は基本的に汎用型で使われているんですけれども、つまりクライアントに対してあんたたちのツールにこうした機能を追加してほしい、あるいはこういった対応できませんかとの問い合わせに対して、いやうちはこういったものは基本モデルなんですから、これ以上のことは対応しません、もしくは対応できません。でトリポはこことは劇的に違うのが、オープンソースで、要はもちろん共同研究開発もあるんですけれども、あとはユーザーの声を心より聞いております。で私のできることってそういったこと要望を答えてきます。つまりトリポに対してこんなものこんな機能を追加してほしいと我々の技術の可能な限りはカスタマイズは対応できます。 でこれまでビジネスだけじゃなくて学術面でもこういったオープンソース、共同研究プロジェクトもたくさん、行っていて、さらに業界的にたくさん評価はされているんです。そして使いやすさですね。普通に生成 QI だと、プロンプトの、テキストで生成したり、あるいは、画像、写真をアップロードして生成したりする、ことがほとんどなんですけれども、実は、それよりはるかにトリポの、生成対応する機能が豊富で、まずもちろんテキストのプロンプトで生成はできます。で同時にテキストプロンプトと映像じゃなくて画像と一緒にさらに生成すると生成物の精度も高まります。でやはり立体物生成するにあたって基本的に三面図正面側面そして背面が望ましいんですけれども、ただトリポが正面1枚だけでもアルゴリズムで側面と背面ともしくは頂上とそこもロジック推理で生成はできます。でさらにその生成されている部分にもし不具合とかあるいは思う通りになっていなければまだマジックブラッシュとかそういった機能で個別手動で修正はできます。でさらに、他社さんとも連携して今はフラックス、チャット GPT そしてナノバナナといった外部ツールもAPI をつないで、つまり、テキストでも写真、画像のアップロードでもなかなかうまく生成できなければ、じゃあ外部ツールに対して一度まず2D 画像を生成して、その生成された 2D 画像でさらに 3D アセットを生成できます。で当然ながら同時に1個だけじゃなくて複数3D モデルも生成できますし、それに生成にあたっていろんなカスタマイズとか機能を対応しているんです。これが、画像1枚で立体物を生成する事例ですね。でさらにすごい機能としてはやはり 3D 生成するどういうことかというと、いわばレゴのように一つの塊が自動的にばらされます。でばらされたものはもし不具合とかあるいは修正したいことがあれば当然ながら先ほど申し上げたようにマジックプラッシュで手動で修正できます。さらにばらされたものを修正できていればまだ元に組み合わせできます。ものすごく複雑な立体物造形物作りになって便利ですし、さらにここでできているものはそのまま3D プリンターで作れます。例えばなんですけれども、こういった場面を想像してみてください。ガンプラを作っているんですけれども、でも作っている途中にどれかパーツがなくなってどうするか、新しいものを1個買うなのか、それともああいうものをトリプで生成してプリントアウトして継続的にそういったガンプラを完成させるか、やはりこっちの方がいいんですよね。実際は生成する様子はこんな感じです。でばらされて、でパーツごとに調整、再生成、そして組み合わせはできます。さらに生成されたものに対して高精度はマッピングもできます。やはりなかなか3D に対しては金属の材質とかあるいは人間の肌とかそういったものには生成の難易度は高いんですけれども、こういったものもむしろトリポの得意分野ではあります。独自のアルゴリズムで素早くハイクオリティ、そして低コストで生成できます。で思う通りに生成していない部分もしくは修正したい部分がこういったマジックブラッシュで個別修正手動で調整はできます。でさらにやはり3D アセットはかなりの数でゲームだけじゃなくていろんなコンテンツ、いろんなアプリの中にやはり PC パソコンではなくてスマートフォンとかタブレットの中に稼働させます。そうした場合はやはり機能面スペック面では 絶対スマート端末が、PC に買わない部分もあるんですから、じゃあスムーズに動かせるためにあるいはシステム全体に流暢に動かせるには、こういったスマートローポリモデルの生成機能もあります。要は、端末のスペックに合わせてもちろん最初にものすごく高精度で生成できるんですけれども、カスタマイズでこういった、ローポリで生成していて快適に稼働させるの特徴もあります。さらにある程度開発中なんですけれども、ただもうすでに人間型、四足動物型、鳥、魚、虫、獣型の生成物に対して自動的にリーディングする機能もついているんですよ。それにリーディングしたものにまたさらにモーション機能もついているんですよ。もちろん専門ツールにかなわない部分もあるんですけれども、でも普通に開発あるいは検証する場合は十分に使えます。当然ながらこういった機能も進化しているんですから、いずれのうちにこれ他社の専門ツールに負けないほどの精度、そして流暢度をうまく実現できればと思います。いろんな形でリーディングできて、そしてモーションも作れます。で、以上は概要なんですけれども、これからやはりどういったことができる、そして皆さんに対して何を意味しているか、何を提供するなのかを事例、ケーススタディで紹介していきたいと思います。で、これまでの特徴を要約しますと、まず最先端、技術的にこれは間違いなく世界最先端です。で、汎用性。やはり 2D、生成系 AI と比べると3D アセットの用途はそもそも広いんですよ。本当にもちろんデジタルコンテンツだけじゃなくてものづくり、実際の、製造業とかデザインとかにも利用の場面は多々あるんですけれども、大体 3D、アセット必要とされている業態業種にはトリポは使えます。で、それに柔軟性、やはり、うちはこういったものですよと、使うなら使ってください、どうかに、機能を追加してほしいということは対応しませんということではなくて、柔軟に皆さんの要望を聞き入れて可能な限り対応していきます。もしくは御社だけの機能をカスタマイズ開発することもできます。で、さらにポテンシャル、つまり我々はツールだけじゃなくてツールからエコシステム、さらにサプライチェーンを構築していて、我々のパートナーと一緒にトータルでコンソール、じゃなくてトータル、バリューでクライアントの付加価値を高めていきます。つまり、クライアントたちの成功が我々の成功ということです。で、最近はやはり他社さんの生成 AI で著作権侵害の問題がかなり深刻になっていて、こういったものも我々も最初から気を使っていて、もちろんポリとしては著作権保護はしているんですけれども、さらに版元、IP ホルダーの皆さん、もしくは知的財産権のホルダーの皆さんに対して一緒に適正に保護する利用方法、あるいはルールを作っていきたいんですよ。ぜひ相談させてください。で、そして最後はこういったものをトータルでクライアント、利用者と一緒に成長していて、で、利用者の成長、利用者の成功も我々の成長、我々の成功になります。で、分かりやすい、作業に対するメリットなんですけれども、やはりこれ効率アップじゃなくて効率の躍進です。通常はだいたい 3D モデリングの経験がある方が分かっていると思います。普通に1個の 3D モデリングを起こしには数人クリエイター数人で数日もしくは数週間かかるんですけれども、でもちろんものにもよるんですけれども、理論上では最短数分間でトリポはワンストップで生成できます。当然ながらこういったものを生成するだけじゃなくて、ものを生成してから使われていくというワークフローも一緒に構築できます。 で体験もそうなんですけれども、例えば、有事式のリアルタイム生成機能は、一番分かりやすいのがゲームなんですよ。ゲームの中に、例えば、ロボロックスとか、フォーティナイトとかユーザー自ら何かしらキャラクターをいじったりアイテムを作ったりすることができるんじゃないですか。ただこれまであくまでゲームの中に提供されたテンプレートで作るものにはなるんですけれども、トリポと一緒にやってしまうと思う通りにオリジナルも生成できます。で当然ながらゲームだけじゃなくて、先ほど申し上げたように我々のツールから、他社のツールエンジンにアウトプットAPI、SDK で連携してコンテンツをアウトプットすることもできますし、で逆に我々を御社のツール、御社のサービス、御社のサイトの中にプラグインとして、あるいは API、SDK でつないでご利用いただくことも大歓迎です。当然ながら従来の2D 型の展示市場、例えば特にメディアとか、あるいは広告事業者、あるいは実際のメディア事業にとしては、単なるペラ1枚をただ単に平面的に見るだけじゃなくて 3D で360度で見れるんですよ。実際、アリババさんではいわゆるこれまでの、店舗の商品の展示に写真は使われたんですけれども、今どんどんトリを使っていて、自社の販売している商品の 3D 化をしていて、より着実に商品の魅力を伝わるということもあるんですよ。当然ながら、今日はエディスさんもいらっしゃって、アマゾンさんもぜひこういった機能も一緒に作っていきたいと思います。それにもう一つものすごく便利な機能なんですけれども、生成したものを 3D プリンターに直接アウトプットできます。こういった工程でパーツで生成してできたものを組み合わせて完成するわけです。事例としてはおもちゃフィギュアマーチャンダイジングなんですけれども、ただ 3D、プリンターから考えると実は金属プリントアウトするものもできますし、それに研究開発中なんですけれども、人の臓器、骨、例えば歯とかをプリントアウトするものもあるんですよ。当然ながらそちらと一緒に、対応機能を開発すると、より3D プリンターとして対応できる生産製造は広がっていきます。さらに皆さんの思い出、例えばそちらの、結婚披露宴の写真なんですけれども、自分だけのアバターにして自分だけの、コンテンツというか置物、グッズに作っていきます。でそういった機能を、使って今回は、本当にありがたくてアゴラさんとコラボさせていただいております。どういうことかというと我々トリポがデザインとか形を生成して、それに3D プリントアウトでものを作ってて、これは形ができているんですけれども、その形にアゴラさんの素晴らしい、ツールで魂を吹き込んでいて、つまり単なるおもちゃグッズもしくは置物できているだけじゃなくて、このおもちゃグッズが皆さんにインタラクティブ会話できます。そちらにサンプル置かれているので、後ほどぜひ見ておいてください。音声は出るかな。声かけていたらちゃんと会話できます。
Conversational AI innovations here at Convo AI World Japan. Would you like to learn more about our solutions?
May I know who is speaking?
I'm Effie Fang, APAC Sales Director at Agora.io, and I'm representing Agora's leadership team here at Convo AI World Japan. How can I assist you today?
Do you know Triple 3D?
You're looking for Triple 3D. They're one of our exhibitors showcasing 3D solutions. I can help you find their booth, or would you like to start with Agora's Voice AI demo first?
正確なんですけれども、こういったコラボが、ここで終わるだけじゃなくて、むしろアゴラさんと一緒にこういった、ものを提供していて、まだ、外部の、クライアントさんに対して例えば、所属されているタレントとか、あるいはアーティストとか、それにアスリートとか、そういったものも作っていて、当然ながらそういった有名人じゃなくて自分だけのもの、あるいは好きな子がいて誕生日のプレゼントにして、その中に自分の思いも寄せて告白する音声も入れていても全然そういった使い道は人次第です。
とても面白いプレゼンテーションですよね。ありがとうございます、ファックさん。それからここまでライブ配信の終了となりますので、ご視聴ありがとうございます。ライブストリーミングの部分は、ライブストリーミングwill end